Hello.
Hello.
Let me unplug this.
Hello, Joe. What was that from? Simpsons.
I was about to do my Marge voice, but I'm not gonna.
Have you ever seen the short animated film called I think it's called Homie? It's terrifying. That's the Homie. Just the giant blimp with Marge's face. It's.
I haven't. Have you seen Eggs for Bart?
No. What?
So,
What's Eggs for Bart?
Oni Plays was like a gaming channel. They did the Simpsons Hit and Run video, and
right.
It's crazy. But Marge is like, "Oh, bring me eggs for Bart. Only eggs can sustain me."
Oh,
and she goes
so
really demonic in it.
They chop it up and just
yeah.
That game was demonic. Mostly because it was so far advanced. Like it was way
really
ahead of its time.
Yeah.
It's insanely big. Like you play an open world thing now, and even now in this generation, you're like, but it's not a whole Springfield, is it? It's not a whole Springfield.
Yeah.
Then again, I never played The Simpsons on PS3. Apparently, that was good, but
is that the one?
I don't know.
Where God's at the end?
Maybe? I don't know. I made a horrible error in like 2008 or whenever it was that came out, because I spent some was it pocket money? It would have been pocket. Yeah, college, so I was still getting a little bit of an allowance every now and again. I spent allowance money on the PSP Family Guy, the video game, instead. So I made the worst decision, and I do hold 17, 18-year-old me accountable for that, and he should be ashamed. Yeah, I think he has been for 12 years. He's been paying for many, many sins. I don't know if any of this is useful. I hope it is.
All of it is, yes. Should we crack on?
Sure, I can pay for my sins later. Woo! Hello.
Hello. Right. Hi, Chris. It's great to be speaking to you today.
Hi, Joe. Thank you for having me in my own house.
I'm very jealous.
Yeah. Don't be. It's a nightmare to dust.
Yeah.
As we've established, it's not an easy thing to get through.
Yeah.
If I can offer one piece of advice that's useful in or out of context of this, it's have a lot of flat surfaces and don't put things on them. In life.
I mean, I've got rows of Daleks and figures in my room.
You've already made the cardinal mistake then, and I can't help you. You've fallen down the same rabbit hole as me. Yeah, all I can say is just let go of the walls, tumble down, and meet the Mad Hatter. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
Neither do I.
Right. Just to start off, how have you been in lockdown?
I think the same as most. Going through like the 7 stages of social grief. But you have to adapt, at least in terms of work. I'm 100% within the realms of, creative industry at all times, and also just down to necessity. In my local area, there's not many jobs, within, say, retail, packing, things like that, within the immediate area that have been open during lockdown. So I've not even been able to step out of the industry, as it were, and without kind of breaking the rules of not traveling too far and everything, which has sort of had me focus more on the creative industry and trying to adapt or find new things to do during it all. So, non-professional Chris is going doolally. Professional Chris is getting by.
Yeah. It's good to know you're doing all right, though.
Thank you. It helps to have a dog. It's a good distraction.
I wish I had one.
You don't. You need to dust them. You need to.
An occasional dusting of the dog.
They don't stay still enough like the Daleks to be given a proper buff, so they shift too much.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry. See, I've pulled you down the rabbit hole already. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm in a constant state of falling down a rabbit hole. So
It's some people pay good money to paraglide, so you're just living their dream for cheap.
yeah. Right.
Mental bungee jumping.
Mental bungee jumping.
There's an avenue for tourism that no one's opened up yet. Yeah. Like meditation and sort of lucid dreaming. We'll just offer that, but as a tourism option. I know you can't go paintballing right now, but if you listen to this tape, you can think you've gone paintballing.
It's like that Simpsons episode where they get in those like jacuzzis, Homer and Lisa, and they start to hallucinate.
Yeah, collective hallucination. Which is, funnily enough, a shorthand reference to most of my career in kids' TV.
I was there for that.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
I can't apologise on behalf of everyone, but I can on behalf of myself at least.
Okay.
It's gonna be all right, Joe. It's gonna be okay.
It will be, hopefully.
Yeah, one day.
Something that I wanted to touch on was you've recently been presenting a few of the BBC Bitesize programmes. How was that sort of filmed in the lockdown restrictions, and what was sort of the process behind it?
Well, it was two different sessions. First was BBC Bitesize Daily, which filmed at Media City UK using the Blue Peter studio, what traditionally to this point has been the main Blue Peter studio, which is HQ3, I think, maybe HQ7. It's been a while since I've had to knock on those doors, but they stripped the entirety of the studio out from within and directed green screen wall and barriers here, there, and everywhere, and created a digital studio. So for starters, you're already removing the necessity for people to touch things, push things around, like maneuver set, because the set was added completely either within post in terms of some graphics or live through the chroma key and the software. And then the second batch was at a studio facility at the old Granada Studios, which is I think its actual name is All Studios in central Manchester. Where the Crystal Maze is housed and other things, and Dragon's Den is shot. So what they did there was it was a physical set, but by that point, COVID compliance rules had sort of developed enough that they had systems in place beyond what the first shoot was, which was more kind of common sense application with some rules of compliance that had been set out by that point. Yeah. Whereas later in the year, they definitely developed more routines to keep things safe and keep everybody within the compliance.
You mentioned Ghost. Did you see Stephen Rees there?
What, the old Granada Studios? No. No, because so this is the Inside Number 9 episode, isn't it? They filmed that down in London, the live bits and the pre-record. Which I was really miffed to find out after the fact, because I watched it with friends at a flat. This is back in the before times. I watched it at a friend's flat when they were living 10-minute walk from the old Granada Studios. Yeah. So we're watching it going, oh my God, are they really doing this from down the road? This is terrifying and hilarious. And then after the fact, it was like, oh, they weren't even there. Oh, but it was live and very good.
Yeah.
But no ghosts, just a load of cobbles. A car park that was Coronation Street, which is weird to think. So everyone's parked on television history. They're just parking up, taking sandwiches out of the boot. They don't care. They don't care. What's that? We're going in here to register at the reception and take a temperature test. And oh, this was Underworld. Oh, all right, isn't anymore. Okay, sure. TV history gone. How many Doctor episodes are they up to now? About 10? I don't know. I've never heard of it.
No, won't catch on.
Well, no. Good Lord. Last a year, I think, and then it'll be off. It's a fad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a fad, Primeval. Now that's the next big thing.
5 Primeval fans.
It'll run and run and run.
I've come for the lizard.
Don't tempt us. April 1st is a month away. Don't tempt us. God,
I will be waiting. Is it? Oh shit!
Yeah.
I have to censor
We
that
are.
bit. I've got
the word primeval.
Yes. It's outlawed in many countries.
Be the better man. Oh, that sequence. Sorry, we nerded out over TV there. So it was two very different controlled environments for the BBC Learning stuff, and even then I did some work with a company called Going Live TV 2 months after that, where they had different measures that developed more on the compliance. So it's TV is possible to make right now, but it is tricky. Yeah,
and leading on from that, I know that you were in a few pantomimes. I think it was Cinderella, wasn't it?
During the now times, the December just gone. I was quite fortunate that a couple of my previous ones that I'd worked with at a theatre were being screened online, so they were rescreening them and putting them out and helping raise money for the theatre, because obviously whole other conversation, but theatres have been heavily affected by everything and lack of support and other obstacles along the way. But one of them was with Going Live TV, who specialise. They're based in Leeds and they specialise in conferences, conventions, broadcasting for internet events, worldwide stuff. And they put together a pantomime. They were like, let's just make one that we show, and we take advantage of green screen facilities and the Unreal Engine, and we can do bigger visual effects with it and keep a lot of the traditions and amend it. And that was the most eye-opening one in terms of how studios can adapt for me, because making Bitesize early last summer, in July 2020, studios had only at that point started to go back into regular work. And as such, they were still kind of putting the feelers out for how they deal with it all. So in terms of that, it was a very minimal crew. You had a gallery team who was separated. They had plexiglass separators. People were moved around as far as they possibly could be within the building. Everyone was masked. In the studio, we had, I think, only 3 camera ops and the floor manager present, which minimizes everything. I was the only, as the presenter, I and any guests we got in, so teachers, scientists, 'cause it was Science Week, who we got in on camera, we were the only ones who were unmasked. And even then, it was a case of, if we were leaving the studio and we were going down one corridor, which was just ours, we would remain unmasked. If we were going down the other corridor, mask on. There was no wiggle room on that. It was as strict as it could be, considering we didn't really have a roadmap at that point as to how stringent or how structured it would become as things developed. And then skip ahead to October, recording the live lessons for the literacy and numeracy stuff at Granada, and that in itself, it had changed again. I had no idea how we were going to make the pantomime work in a studio, because even though it was a big enough studio space, you're now dealing with several performers on camera at once, as though it were a play, people interacting, having scenes, choreography, singing, which is a big one. A lot of theatres still haven't opened up in any capacity, even between lockdowns, because they've just not found a way yet to put on a show to the fullest, production that they would like to do, without there being a risk. I know some pantomimes went ahead in various theatres throughout early December where they removed singing, except for pre-recorded tracks. There were others that took out all the audience interaction jokes, so the audience wouldn't be shouting out, he's behind you, etc., just to minimise the amount of droplets in the air. So when we were doing ours, I was like, how? Obviously, we don't have an audience. It's not like there are hundreds of people on the other side of the cameras. It's just the crew, and they're all masked and distanced and shielding. And it's like, what about the cast? And the way they got around it was there was around, I think it was 10 of us total. I might be wrong. I'm going to do a real quick count to make sure this is right.
All right.
And 10 of us in sort of rotating. We had a couple of cast members switch out. So you have a cast of 10 in this theatrical production, and the measures taken for us were prior to the shoot. We had 2 weeks of isolation before we even got to location. So I know some films at the moment have been getting the cast and crew on site a fortnight before they're needed and having them isolate. A friend of mine is currently working on a film in Italy. She got a role on a film, and she's only just started working 2 days ago. She's been out there for 3 weeks. We did something similar. Pardon me. We did something similar, but the difference was we isolated from home. So it was very much a case of you have to be under strict, isolation rules and conditions. Then the only travel, the only breaking of that was the day of getting down to your accommodation. The accommodation was one group of apartments within the building that they rented these apartments. You stay in those, and when you're not in those, you are either at the rehearsal facility, which is a hotel, again, separated from the rest of the hotel. We had one route directly to our room and out and in, or the studio. So during the period, it was 3 locations, and if you're not in one of those 3 locations, you've broken contract and you're putting people at risk. And they were very strict about that in the paperwork as well. If you are here, you're here for this. If anybody catches anything or has symptoms or fails a temperature check each day, and it looks like someone has brought, COVID into the production, we know you've broken the rules. Now, obviously, there are still risks out and about in the world, but you have to use your common sense as the individual, as the employee, to minimize that risk for everyone else. So, in that instance, we were a self-contained group that could interact physically with each other, so that we could hug, we could kiss, we could dance, and all the things that the characters were required to do within the scenes, but only because we had been, put into a bubble by quarantining either side of it all, sharing the same spaces. And again, like even with directors, choreographers, musical director, we weren't near them. They were distant from us. They were PPE'd up like crazy. We were when, moving between spaces and everything. So that was, they got around it well. And it was, do you want to know the soppiest part? Most of our characters got to have a hug during the story. And during the first rehearsal of this particular scene, I was playing Buttons in Cinderella. My friend Katie was Cinderella. And we give each other a big hug in the scene. And we're just blocking it. Afterwards, I'm thinking to myself, I think I hugged her a little too long. That felt a bit awkward. In a way that normally you wouldn't be bothered by. You're just sort of thinking, that's... And I turned to my friend Martin, who was playing the Baron. I said, I think I was hugging her a little sort of for too long there. I don't know why. That was odd. She came up to me and said, I'm sorry if I was hugging you for a bit too long there. I was about to say the same thing. Yeah. Do you think we've missed hugging new people? And she went, yeah, I think that's what it is. And it was just this odd little collective moment of, it's been ages since we've hugged like anyone outside of our immediate bubble.
You don't realise how important hugging is, do you?
I know. And someone will be, watching or listening to this or what have you, who's like, I'm not a hugger anyway. And it's like, I know, but for huggers, this has been real tough.
Yeah.
This has been real tough. So I was very grateful. Hey, I'm very grateful for many things in my industry before this and during this, but like during this, that was a wonderful, weird thing that you just sort of take for granted that we then got to partake in because we were sharing that experience. So that was quite nice.
It's the little moments that really are getting us through this pandemic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, absolutely. I'm like, while I mean, I can only imagine what it's like for you guys out there and like those who are within, with halls and things like that. And it's, the isolation can be, I mean, I don't have to tell you, like it can be daunting. It can be really uncomfortable and odd. And I think every now and again, like I'm very grateful for the fact that I live with my wife and we have 3 adorable pets who hate being cuddled, but they're our pets, so sorry guys. But I'm very grateful that we can, be near each other and hug each other and everything because we live in the same house. But for everything to have been upended in that way and cut off, we're very lucky where we are in time to have things at our fingertips that allow us to communicate. You know, touch, reassurance, that is all important. But imagine if something like this had happened in, you know, I mean, even not that long ago, like the early 2000s. Like what a limited amount of options we would have all had to keep each other sane and occupied. You know, you'd be running up your phone bill like crazy. Like the landline would have burnt out. BT would have sold 1 million handsets a week, replacement handsets, because of how many phones would have been just broken from overuse. But yeah, it's that's something that's kept me a little reassured. You know, not just obviously within work as well, because it's been a way to keep on top of productions and projects. But you know, I mean, look at this right now. We wouldn't be able to be having this conversation 15 years ago the same way. Yeah, and here we are now talking over, you know, Zoom. Other apps are available, but let's face it, we all wish we'd invested in this one 2 years ago, because we would have been millionaires by now. But yeah, we're fortunate enough, and doesn't make it easy, but it definitely makes it easier.
Yeah. When
you remember that, you know, it's that and Deliveroo.
Deliveroo has been a blessing. Before uni, I'd never gone near it, but oh my god, there's a chippy nearby that has saved my uni experience.
And if you leave a lovely note in the order as well, they'll probably throw in an extra scallop. Go on, here's one for you. Can of fizzy Vimto on the house. Thank you.
I wish.
There's a secret code. You'll figure it. They'll have a trigger that makes them put like an extra scoop of chips in the portion.
But no, about
Sorry,
what
the hell were we talking about? Sorry.
I don't know. But no, you were talking about how, you know, family and having those little moments. I've got my birthday coming up next Friday, and I've got a twin sister.
Best of luck.
Cheers.
Oh,
I've got a twin sister, and she's at
Yeah.
home with the rest of my family, and I'm here. It's like, oh, I just want to reach out and, you know.
But like, you guys have superpowers, right? Like,
Oh, definitely.
Let's be candid here. Let's not beat around the bush. Like, you have a psychic connection and you can move things with your mind collectively. So basically, if she eats a slice of birthday cake, you'll taste it too.
I will do.
There you go. Sure. There we are.
But no, it's very different.
I know, I'm being facetious and flippant.
Oh,
that
no, it's
sucks. Fine. That really sucks. I'm so sorry to hear. I hope you make the best of what you can, like, at this point. And again, technology. Like, if you can't be there, get everyone up on a party, a Zoom party or something, and just like make sure that, you know, everyone's talking and sharing in this odd circumstance. And hopefully later in the year you can just get together and like a massive barbecue or something and catch up on every event that was missed in person. That'd be so nice. Get vaccinated, people. Wear masks.
Do it.
Wash your hands.
You filthy
Stop
swine.
Stop being political. Not being political. I just want to have a barbecue with my in-laws. Come on.
That's woke. You can't say that now.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, 2PC. I'm such an SJW. I apologise, everyone. I really do. The moment someone ever uses that in an argument, I'm like, I immediately don't listen. I can't do it anymore. It's like, did you just call me a snowflake? I'm sorry, everything you say from this point is null and void. Like, I can't listen to you anymore. Oh dear. But that's fine. You be over there being strong and firm in your beliefs while also getting offended that Potato Head has dropped the Mister from the name of the box. You be happy over there. Oh. Did you hear, Joe? They're cancelling the Muppets, except they're not. So what's the...
Wait, what?
Yeah, according to the right in America... Sorry, we're going off on a profit. So according to the right in America at the moment, the CPAC event in Florida, Donald Trump Jr. and a bunch of others were talking about how the left have cancelled the Muppets, and the crowd cheer and jeer and everything like, boo. When in reality, all that's happened is the Muppet shows come to Disney Plus, and they've put a content warning up in front of some of the episodes because some of characterizations in sketches or indeed the songs are something that, without the context of the time, might seem kind of upsetting to some now. And what they've done is put a caption up, which is the right thing to do, and give people a heads up. And, you know, it's not like they've put horrid material out there. They've just put up stuff that hasn't aged well, but they've gone, hey, we're not going to pretend it didn't happen. We're just going to let you know that this is in here, and there you go. But the right have decided that the left are apparently cancelling the Muppets. It's like, yeah, they're so cancelled. All 5 seasons available on a platform that's streaming to millions worldwide. They've definitely been cancelled. It's ridiculous. I don't know.
Bunch of loonies.
Don't get me started. Don't even get me started. It's a bizarre world we live in. Like, think about how privileged you must be as a movement, as an ideology, if your biggest problem is that Mr. Potato Head is no longer called Mr. Potato Head, he's just called Potato Head.
It's ruined the world entirely, isn't it?
Where are we going to get our Mr. Potato Head? When you buy it, it has the parts for every variation of Potato Head in it. It's still in the box. What is wrong with you? It's just... Oh, well.
People.
Yeah, people suck. But you know what doesn't suck? COVID compliance allowing productions to continue.
Very smooth.
See, I segued back in a magical way. If this were a radio show, we'd already have played like 5 tracks on the news by now. So this segue is bringing us back to the topic at the top of the hour.
Possibly more than an hour.
Maybe. What's happening here, for those who are reviewing this in any way, is we're leaving little gaps where we reassert so that it's easier for editing. But
I've got to get this down to 2 minutes.
We've just realised how ridiculous the conversation could be, so I'll try and be more concise going forward and snip it down. This is for the extended cut.
This is the Snyder cut.
It's not a mini-series, it's a movie, but you can watch it in 4 episodes.
Are you going to drop the F-bomb?
No. This isn't a Fox X-Men movie with a 12A certificate. I'm not going to force an F-bomb in here for no reason. Yeah. Cyclops will do it, but not me. All right? Not me.
Well, we've already dropped the primeval word, so...
Oh, yeah, to be fair, we've committed the worst sin. Oh, and I just yanked my headphone as well. So, that was painful. Ooh, actually was... Wow, we were indeed. I see you're a man of culture. Wow, we
are a man of quality.
It's that guy with the butterfly. This is culture, and it's just a picture of Borat's face. We've got to the point where we're describing memes that they work in any context. So this dog, right? It's sat at a table. And I know that's funny enough. A dog sat at a table. It's got a little hat on. But what's actually funny is he's surrounded by fire. But he's fine. He's fine. We're all fine. We're fine. The dog's fine.
Jesus
Christ. No. It's a picture of Ewan McGregor from Revenge of the Sith. And people keep posting it and saying it. Oh, we're not describing memes. Okay, no, that's fine. That's okay. That's cool.
No,
that's
go
cool.
on.
No,
I thought we were going to talk about
cool.
wide Ewan McGregor from Revenge of the Sith. Have you seen those videos?
Wide Ewan McGregor?
Yeah, they edit it so he fills the whole screen for his shots.
Why?
I don't know, but I've been wasting my time on that at uni.
To be honest, I'm going to say it now. Like, you are in a position to learn about incredible things from incredible people, but if you are spending your time not watching wide Ewan McGregor videos, then you've done uni wrong. Did you get your degree? Yeah, but have you seen this?
This is what matters.
He has the high and wide ground.
Have you seen the Tommy Wiseau Star Wars video? They've edited him into it perfectly.
Worth it, just because you know the only reason it exists is because somebody sat down and was like, oh, Mark Hamill. Mark.
Oh, no.
Oh, hi, Mark. And then they've gone, whole video. Here we go. That man is an enigma wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in a
Tight
flying
skirt.
vampire car. Oh, you went the Moffat route.
I did.
Never go full Moffat.
I thought that was what you
Moffat.
were aiming for.
Now you've said it. Of course, that was the route to go.
You quoted Moffat without realising it.
In this house, we do not
In
11th
this
Doctor
house.
shame. In this house, we do not 11th Doctor shame. Except on the first Wednesday of every month. People, if you give this footage to anyone else, they're just going to be like, I
They're
don't
not going to
get it.
understand it. No.
What is happening? They'll be like, well, there was a comedy show that won the Rosamond Show in 1994, live comedy called The League of Gentlemen, and then they took it to radio in 1997, and then they translated it to television 2 years later. And this is back when comedy used to get commissioned, and it was very good. It was very.
I'm
very
assuming
good.
this is creme brulee.
Everything is to me. No, well, creme brulee taught me many things. One of Les McQueen taught me many things. One of which is this is shit business. He was right. He was warning us. We just never realised. Sorry, serious stuff for editing down reasons.
I've only got 2 more questions.
Hey, I'll be concise as a bean if a bean could talk.
Brain.
Hello. That's all I've got. That's all I've got. That's all I've got. That's all that is. What was that? That was the dust cover for my mic. All right, okay.
Right.
This is going to be a wee transfer. I'll tell you that for now.
Oh, I'm recording on my phone. It's at 52 minutes. So that's
Poor phone. Poor phone.
worth it. Right. You've.
So this. See, every time I'm laughing, this thing's bobbling away every time we're chuckling now. So there we go.
I've got a Wallace pop vinyl on the way.
They do Wallace pops?
Yeah. Wallace,
What?
Wallace, Gromit, and Sean. They've just released them.
Oh, I might. Right, okay. I'm going to resist the urge, but if they bring out a Feathers McGraw, I will not be responsible for
I
my
want that.
purchases. And I will stick a rubber glove on its head if they haven't given it one already.
They'll have endless variants. They'll have one of him on a little train.
I will buy the hell out of that if it exists. I don't need to eat. I don't need to
Feathers
eat.
McGraw.
I just need Feathers McGraw in my life. Preston, nah. Bargain bin.
Yeah.
Feathers McGraw. And maybe the oven that lives on the moon. And now I just want to watch A Grand Day Out, so thanks for that. That's just...
I've been in a real Wallace and Gromit mood.
Well, like, that's the best way to be. That's the best way to be.
I've just been annoying my friends saying cheese Gromit every day.
We forgot the crackers. Wow. I aspire to have a mouth wider than the circumference of my own head, like Wallace. That's what that's all I want. I just want my mouth like a cartoon with a banana stuck in its throat sideways. I just want my mouth to be wider than my cheeks. That'd be great.
Have you seen the Lenny Henry sketch of Wallace and Gromit?
No. Oh, when's that from?
Don't watch
we're
it.
talking...
It's horrifying.
Okay, but you do realise I'm going to have to do that
I've
after
piqued
this
your
now,
interest
right?
now.
Yeah, it's happened. It's too late. It's too late to apologise. It's too late. It's too late to apologise. It's too late. Holding on your own. Got to be 10 feet off the ground. I'm going to stop before we owe royalties to whoever the hell that was
I don't know
who
who
released
it
that
was.
song. I can't remember now. It's too late.
It's too late
It's too late.
to apologise.
Was it One Republic? I'm going to have to look that up. Ask me a sensible question while I look up ask me a sensible question while I look up who released the song Too Late.
Sensible question. Now that's a tricky question.
One Republic. It was One Republic.
Okay.
We did it. We answered a question about a 2007 song.
This is what people come to listen to. They just want to know who released that song. They want
to know which One Division theory do we think was the most ridiculous, and who released the song Too Late in 2007. The answer was all of them and One Republic.
They've also got a bit of League of Gentlemen, Wallace and Gromit, and some other stuff.
I'll be honest, this is the good... This is the good... To paraphrase my favourite Vine, it's the good Kush. You can't use that. Okay. But you should. But you can't. But you should. You should. You can. This is the dollar store. How good can it be? Yeah. The modern art form is Vine compilations on YouTube. It's the one true thing that I actually believe in and will stand by forever.
This has gone places that I didn't think it'd go. And I am more than happy about that.
We're all trapped indoors. We have to travel somehow. This is how we're doing it. We're going places. It's working, you know. It's... Some meditate. Others try to ask the important questions that are relevant to the course, and instead give themselves an hour's worth of material to sift through in the edit.
I don't know how I'm getting this down to 2 minutes.
Make it 2 minutes and 3 seconds and say that I wouldn't budge on it.
I will do that. I will write that down now. And
I'm sorry,
quote this.
I have to make it 2 minutes 3 seconds. Chris says he will refuse to give less than 2 minutes and 3 seconds worth of material. He agreed to do an interview if it was 123 seconds worth of material.
No other way.
And if that loses you a mark,
so be
then maybe that mark wasn't worth it.
The marks were the friends we made along the way. Good mark.
Yeah. Maybe the the marks were the friends we made along the way. Called mark. Were all those marks worth $9,000 a year? I'm still figuring that out. But they're good guys. They're good men. The best men. Called Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. See, he's brought it right round.
There you go. Segway, like the guy who invented the Segway. We've fallen off of a cliff.
Mr. Segway.
Mr. Segway. Oh, Jesus. Jesus can't save us. Can't even take the wheel. Stigmata, it rubs on the thing too much. He can't take the wheel. He's not allowed. He can't drive stick either, because just... Oh, bugger. I'm sure this is blasphemous, but it's also comedy. And, so we got Life of Brian. So... And that scene in History of the World Part 1 where Mel Brooks is the waiter at the Last Supper and he goes, Jesus Christ. And John Hurt as Jesus goes, yes? What? What? Jesus. Yes? What? What? It's great. If only just for seeing John Hurt dressed as Jesus.
Mm.
Or as the kids call him, Ewan McGregor.
Wide Ewan McGregor.
Wide with 2 E's.
Wide is the new thick.
Wide is the new Widdy. Widdy.
It sounds like
McGregor.
a Wikipedia sub page.
There's already a Reddit for this. There's a Reddit thread for this conversation before we've even finished it. It's like, I'm just going to look up Wide E. Ewan McGregor. There he is. There he is.
In
He's
all his
there.
forms.
It's in all of his many wide forms. Oh, God. He only has the high ground if you turn the monitor vertical. There we are. That's a picture.
So that's the thumbnail for this.
So I was filming at the BBC, and Ewan McGregor walked in, but he was really wide, and he just sort of had to. Which actually helped with the 2 meter thing. What we did was we had Ewan stand between us.
He was the ruler.
Yeah, he stood in the middle.
He's like a measuring tape, but then he retracts back to his usual form.
Retracts back to standard Ewan McGregor size. Well, that was worth the price of admission. Oh my god.
I'm excited for the Kenobi series now. That'll be the teaser trailer.
Oh, Christ.
Oh. I'm just gonna skip to the. I mean, I'm just gonna skip to the last question. I think we got enough stuff.
Thanks for that. Oh my god.
I can live knowing I've made Chris Johnson laugh.
Cry.
And
You
cry.
made me cry.
I don't think I'll tell people that I made Chris Johnson cry because that might
Go for it. Go for it. How to make it? How I made Yonko cry.
Retract it.
A 5-part essay. God, that's funny. That's such a retracting.
And it must be 123 words.
Yeah, precisely. I won't allow it. I love that. It's like the audio-video content is way over the actual amount required, but the written content is not even a paragraph.
He
said 123. Yeah. It's like, look, I could just transcribe the video if you want. I'm not sure what Wallace and Gromit and a wide smile.
Well, he's got the wide mouth, and Ewan McGregor's got the wide body.
I can't fit a mask around it, so there you go. That's how it fits. He has to wear two masks on his mouth.
How does? He just gets like a really wide visor,
yeah.
But it's made of plasticine, so it doesn't work.
Or it just goes vertical, and just stretches it that way. There you go. He just walks around like this. We forgot the crackers.
Not even
of course,
Wesley do.
Gromit's just got a little mask over his nose because he doesn't have a mouth. I
don't know what he's got, but it's not a mouth.
Tell you what he's got. Tell you what he has got: coronavirus, because he didn't wear a mask. So there we go. Yeah, went dark there. Went dark in a way. I'm
just gonna.
Fair, there's no other light in the universe after the Ewan McGregor thing. Come on, I'll give you some more concise, non-ridiculous stuff. I'm gonna to cut through. Let's do it.
I've got two more questions, right?
Let's do it.
Okay. You haven't. I can't do this. Okay.
Do or do not.
There is no try.
There is no wide Ewan.
Right. I think I've got this. You. I can't. I'm just gonna.
Minimise the picture of a wide Ewan McGregor.
Are you assuming that I've got him on my screen somewhere?
Yes, or at least in a tab. Is your comfort tab?
Right.
You're right there.
Yeah, I'm just. Okay.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Here we go. You. I can't look at you.
It's okay. Pretend I'm on the monitor over that way. I'll look at the monitor.
You've recently taken to new formats such as streaming with the Om Squad on Twitch and the Big Damn Cast and Out in the Broom Cupboard podcast. How has that helped your lockdown experience?
I guess because productivity continues. I was working on the 2 podcasts before lockdown and the pandemic. One of them got heavily affected by it all, which was Out of the Broom Cupboard, which usually involved me going to visit guests, and it was a monthly production. But that's become more remote, and I left that up to my patrons, who are technically the producers of the show. And I said, hey, you're spending money on it. Do you want more episodes in a shorter period, remotely done, or do you want to wait until, have a nice cold pint and wait for all this to blow over logic? And when it looked like the initial lockdown was not going to be the first and it was going to continue, we made the decision to, we'll do it remotely. But being productive has helped. Obviously, on a financial level, as a content creator, it's three avenues of revenue. Twitch has also just been a mental help too, because creating a weekly structure, a weekly schedule of game shows and chatting and gossip things, interview shows, it's been massively helpful to keeping everything going up here and in here and in the bank account. So yeah, I think a lot of artists have had to adapt to artists. I think a lot of performers and artists and musicians, content creators have had to adapt to life during lockdown, and especially, and it's a whole separate topic, but especially in light of varying levels of assistance from or lack of from the government. For me, it's been massively helpful for just myself as a human and myself as a creator.
Yeah, I mean, I've tuned in quite a bit when lockdown started. The Lego Dimension streams were a real help.
There is no better coping mechanism to a then 29-year-old than building little Lego people and playing a video game with them for a bunch of people who are going, yeah, get that set next. Get that one. I'm like, okay, sure, let's go. Let's keep going. People bought me Lego Dimension sets. Oh, go for it.
Because you spoke about an artist, and I was just going to say the ego speech at the end. Not everyone could be a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere.
Yeah, in my case, from a Lego Dimension stream in my office. I do not declare myself a great artist, but I at least have some Lego Dimension stuff now, so can't knock that. They'll go far. They'll be a great investment. Everyone, just you wait.
Hopefully, just wait for the next wave of the.
Oh, I know. I got cancelled in 2018.
Oh. Damn it.
Quick, while we're on a roll, what's the other question? Right, while we're all sensible.
Finally, are there any projects that you're hoping to work on after the coronavirus is gone?
Oh, tons. 2020, not to play a tiny violin, but 2020 was a year where a bunch of things I hadn't tried yet, mostly within live theatre and performance, were about to start, kick off, and of course talks, funding, scheduling, all sorts halted. So I'm very much looking forward to what can and will be next. The first few things are rescheduled performances that were guaranteed. So a lot of theatrical work that I'm doing has changed hands a couple of times. One production's been put back twice. It's now in 2022 because we're not at the stage as of April 2021 to be able to put it on to the fullest and make the most of the budget that has been spent and the show we'd like to do. But going forward, I'm just looking forward to diving back into that world. And, my chosen profession is one that has no degree of certainty or longevity. It's entirely based on how audiences receive it, production budget, how well sales do, or in the case of the TV stuff, for example, just when there is an opening, when there is a project right for an individual. This past year, it's been tougher than ever before because so many of the things we would all be normally doing disappeared. So I'm grateful for the chance to get back into any of the projects now. Bring them on. Bring them on!
You'll go far.
Well,
not in restrictions, but
further compared to the previous year because I'll be able to leave my house. I'm doing press for going live. They're doing another run of the Panto, from Christmas. They're remounting it at Easter. So for anyone who's already seen it, it's being advertised as the same show with new material, which is true. And for those who never saw it, and people overseas, because they're selling it to a lot more of an American audience and Australian audiences this time, it's a brand new thing. I'm going back for that to be part of 3 brand new sequences that are live during the show. And I have a press day 2 weeks, just under 2 weeks from now, where I'll be going to Leeds. And I am weirdly terrified because I'm suddenly going, oh yeah, travel. That's... Well, I've forgotten about that. I don't know how I feel. I'll be fine once I'm there, but that's odd. That's something I'm looking forward to getting past.
No, travelling's not great during pandemic. I mean, I'm from Essex, and I went from Essex all the way to Manchester.
Yeah, you made the worst decision there. Not around this, just coming to Manchester in general. I mean, all we have is a few more Gregs, but the rest of it is greatly exaggerated.
You got some lovely pies.
All right, fair enough. In that case, you made the best call.
Yeah, but
yeah,
no,
we've got options.
It was a
Greenhalgh's,
5-hour trip.
Martins,
5-hour trip on the train.
Sugar.
And I'd never been on a train on my own before, so it was like, what am I doing?
What a baptism of fire.
I know.
My God. With, like, I'm assuming at least one giant suitcase.
The handle was like a long metal beam, which there was no handle, it was just a beam. And I had a monitor in it and loads of other clothes and figures.
Oh, God.
And
I love that you did exactly what I would have done, which is, what's a priority? Well, I've got to bring some stuff for the shelves.
Yeah, I had a few
have to bring
Daleks
some
in
stuff
there.
for the shelves. I've got to put some stuff up. Surely. Like, what is a home if not somewhere where I can easily knock things off of a shelf and get annoyed that I've broken them? You're a man after my own heart. Clothes, sure. Monitor.
Maybe.
Daleks.
Yes.
Did you bring a console? That's the follow-up question. Console or PC?
I left my console here. I thought you meant a TARDIS console. I was like,
oh no. Well, I mean, again, like I wouldn't judge you. Many would, quite rightly so, but I wouldn't be one of them.
I have to warn people when they come in my room. It's like, just brace yourself, because I've got
heads up.
I think I've got about 13 TARDISes with me that I brought to uni, and then one of each Doctor, 16 Daleks, and then a load of monsters.
So essentially what you're saying is you survived lockdown by talking to small plastic versions.
I did, yes. Exactly that.
Because I mean, I have a number for a place nearby that will talk to you and make sure you're okay. But it's all a ploy, because I'm not judging you whatsoever. I'm just going to get in there and steal your stuff after you're gone.
Damn it. Well, I've got a few custom ones, so you won't be.
Well, I'm definitely doing it now. I'm definitely doing it. One of each Doctor. You made sure to take the list. You're like, I'm doing it. I'm having them all. They're coming. I don't care if I need to eat, travel, sleep, all the important stuff. I'm waiting for Forbidden Planet to reopen and at least click and collect.
I still need to go to the Forbidden Planet in Manchester.
Of course, because when did you come up? Like, was it last December? Was that when you?
So I came up September.
Oh, it's the start of of semester and everything.
But the first time I properly went into Manchester, because I was still wary of restrictions. I went to Affleck's because they've got loads of figures on the top floor.
Star Wars man, top floor shop.
And then they've
cabinet full of Laszlos and pig slaves.
Oh yeah, I brought a baby Slovene from there. Best purchase ever.
Yes, now where is he?
He's somewhere up there.
Oh, it's just that way. It's that way. He's over there. I thought he was here because he used to be, but now he's over there. But yeah, he's here. He's here.
And then the Lego shop, which is another essential. I brought the brick heads they do.
Yeah.
I brought the Mando and Baby Yoda one. But I had no clue Forbidden Planet was nearby. If I did, I'd
right
be
near Affleck's. Yeah, right near Affleck's. Well, during Tier 3, they did click and collect, so even if you can't go in for browsing's sake, if you just randomly want to, buy yourself a comfort item or something when the time is right, just be like,
I've been doing plenty of that.
Go to their Instagram. Oh, it's been dangerous, hasn't it? Look, I mean, Christ. I remembered a comic series I was enjoying the other day, a bunch of Deadpool miniseries, and I immediately went on eBay, and I've already received 2 of the 4 I was missing.
Wow.
It's only like, it's like 20-something quid's worth of comics, and this was £6. So, and you justify it that way, don't you? You go, oh, it's £6. It's £6.
It's only £6.
It's only £6. And then the other 2 volumes bring it up to £20. And then, what's that? Oh, we need to eat.
Oh, no.
Do you want to eat paper? do you want to eat Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe again? Let's eat that.
My favourite meal.
Oh, it's so Moorish. Oh.
Wouldn't recommend putting gravy with it.
Oh, God, no. No. Then again, he's Canadian. Deadpool is Canadian, and they eat poutine. So, maybe gravy would go well with him. Grated cheese, bit of gravy. Oh, I want to make poutine now. I'm sure there's a restaurant in the Northern Quarter that does poutine, but I can't remember what it's called.
Poutine.
It's like fries. Essentially, it's just fries covered in stuff. So it's you know how like in America and over the pond they're adverse to the notion of chips. It's like the thick cut potatoes is something that they don't understand. Like wedges is as far as they'll go. Poutine is the closest you'll get to like chips and gravy, and it's a Canadian dish, and it's just fries covered in like cheese, gravy, or like salsa and spicy mix, like chili con carne. It's also a great cheap freezer tea. Yeah, oh, you make cheap poutine like that. Get some microwave fries or like basic oven chips and just cover them in stuff. And just be like, I've made poutine. There it is. It's like fry up some bacon, chop up into little bits, cover it in cheese.
Stop it! You're making me hungry.
I can't talk. We've already eaten today. We've eaten like the meal today, like the big meal. Yeah, so tonight it'll be a slice of bread and a story time with Grandpa.
And
it won't be.
Serving of cheese and crackers.
It'll be. Oh, I don't like crackers.
Oh no, I was referencing Inside Number 9.
I know, but you made me think. Hang on, what would I have instead? Because I immediately was thinking of the food.
You can't be a Wallace connoisseur if you don't like crackers.
Controversial take. Keep your cheese and crackers. I'll have grated cheese and chili heatwave Doritos.
Ooh, I'll have to try that.
And I'll eat them like it with cheese and crackers. Go the extra step, be really pretentious and get a cheese board. And just put them out on the cheese board and be like, yeah, no,
lovely canapes.
Oh yes. Do a freezer tea and accompany it. It's just like getting rid of bits. It's like that's gonna go off, that's gonna go off, that's gonna go off, that's been in the freezer forever. Put it all in the oven. Put it all in, and that's what we're having for tea tonight. But then you put it on some fries and you've made poutine. So I'm just saying you're missing out.
I am.
On specifically poutine. All right. Sorry, I got some Twitch emails through, and I thought it was an alert of some kind, like a security one, but it bloody well isn't. Turns out it's literally just a reminder to upgrade and do this, that, and the other. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'll keep using it as I've been using it. You turds.
Turd blossoms.
You turd blossoms. You
5-star turd.
You cock juggling thunder word. I'm not going to say. Not because I don't like the word. It's a lovely word, but it does upset my children, doesn't it, children?
I hope that wasn't directed at me. Oh.
No, they're nodding. Well, little Natasha's nodding.
They're not alive. I'm sorry. No. I don't want to film another scene with Joss Whedon.
So, side note.
Nasty man.
So yesterday, nasty bastard. So, yesterday I was watching Stephen Colbert's interview with Paul Bettany, the WandaVision finale, and Stephen Colbert asked him a question which apparently no one's ever asked him, which is like, how is that mask on your ears? Because like I have really sensitive ears and I don't like people touching them. And Paul Bettany's like, I'm glad you've asked because no one's ever asked about that. And he talks about like, yeah, it used to be a headpiece, and it, you know, day 1 it's fine, day 2 it's kind of quite constrictive, day 3. So they've developed it now to the point where when he's filming, his ears are uncovered and they digitally remove them afterwards. And it's like, oh, okay, mostly just for comfort. Because it's like, if you're going to be in that for weeks on end, and Downey Jr. can get away with just wearing like a grey sweatpants and sweatshirt and have like a little thing on his shoulder, and we CG the entire armor over him. Like, we can CG over Paul's ears. We have the money to do this, so he's not like in discomfort. And he and you know, that's basically the story he tells. But he says, but they were quite useful, you know, when you're sort of trying to, you know, not ignore sort of, and he goes like, ignore sort of like annoying directors or something. And it immediately made me think, the only 2/3 directors he played that character around are the Russo brothers and Joss Whedon. Was that him trying to hint that there were stories from that set as well? Because would not be surprised. It absolutely sucks when you find out. No, for Age of Ultron, because like he gets on with the Russo. I mean, he's worked with them multiple times now as that character, and so it's like, is he suggesting that? It's like, oh god, I mean, we've heard stuff about Whedon for years, but it sucks to
know it's true.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that sucks is like what it was like for Charisma Carpenter, Ray Fisher. I mean, Ray Fisher's an odd one because like he's got the ball rolling, but without anything having been specified yet. It's kind of like the longer you don't sort of say something, the longer this feels a bit odd. Like, I think we're all absolutely in the camp of Whedon is a monster right now. 100%. But could you maybe tell us something like about what it is? Because but also there's that weird double standard of the whole everyone, including Zack Snyder, saying we stand with Ray Fisher, accountability is greater than entertainment, but then Zack Snyder goes on and hires Amber Heard and Jared Leto for reshoots for Justice League.
Makes sense.
It's like, I mean, regardless of where anyone falls in the court of public opinion over her marriage and the case surrounding it, there is evidence of her being an abuser. And Jared Leto literally messages underage fans and has a weird sex cult. So maybe don't hire these people ever for these things where they're going to make millions of dollars. It's baffling. It's baffling. It's, yeah. It's just like, I stand with Ray Fisher, but also, Ray, could you show me where you want me to stand? Just show me where you want me to stand. And then please tell the people hiring more abusers where they should be standing as well. Because we want to help. We want to help, but we're very confused as to the gaps of information that we're getting here. Like, what is going on? I was talking to a friend about this ages ago, and I'm trying to remember what it was. It was an accusation that came out last year against someone, and the point they made was, like, you know, we should, you know, have a go at them because we can't stand for this. I'm like, I think when it comes to these situations, what you need to do is you need to support the accuser, don't attack the accused, because you don't know the full story yet. But if that person who's supposedly been through a horrible experience needs support, then give them support. If it turns out they were lying, then you can confront them on that. But if it also turns out they were lying and you made the life of that person much worse by having a go at them and everything, you're not exactly helping the cycle of abuse. It's such a weird, it's a weird world. Yeah. Anyway, something about COVID compliance. Something. The world of TV production is hazardous.
Yes.
Yeah. Take care of yourself, everyone.
And on that note, I think that's it.
I'm gonna stop the audio there. If you as daft as it sounds, I don't know what the parameters of the course are and everything, but if you want to use any of this for any other context, feel
I was
free,
going to ask if I could upload some of it to my channel.
Go for it. Why not? Yeah. Within reason. If whatever it is, you're like, oh, that's a bit heavy.
Because people need to know the story of Wide.
Wide Ewan.
Wide Ewan.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I'm getting a call. Hello? Yeah? Sorry, didn't quite... What are you? Huh? Okay, yep. Sorry, just had to take that.
He was imperceptible. I couldn't quite understand him through his wide...
Big Ewan. Big.